Welcome back, members, subscribers, and first-time viewers. Thanks for taking some time from your day-to-day to view my precious metals-focused content. I'm the Florida Stacker, and I am a precious metals accumulator or a stacker. I like to buy gold and silver and hold it as savings outside of the financial system, wealth you can hold in your hands. Today's precious metals focus video will cover our mining and royalty company series. We'll focus on that today as we have another terrific growth opportunity to diversify your gold and silver investments in the companies that find, mine, refine, and of course deliver precious metals to our favorite mints across the world. So stay tuned. Let's get to it. All right, once more, welcome back everyone to today's video. And if you're new here once more and are interested in learning all about saving money in physical gold and silver, then you've come to the right channel. Please do check out any of my 200 plus videos covering physical gold and silver, where I discuss the many advantages of buying and holding physical gold or silver, or both, like I like to do, as well as the different coins and bars that I find to be the better options today in the market to buy and hold. In today's video, which is part of our precious metals mining and royalty series, we're going to take a closer look at precious metals mining company First Mining Gold, ticker symbol FFMGF or Foxtrot. Foxtrot, Mike Golf Foxtrot for my veteran stackers out there. I'd like to thank First Mining Gold for sponsoring today's awareness video. And with that out of the way, let's get to it. Many of you watching today are likely familiar with the chairman of First Mining Gold. His name is Keith Neumeyer, who also leads First Majestic Silver, the world's purest silver company and one of the largest mining conglomerates listed on the New York Stock Exchange. I am a shareholder of First Majestic Silver, as full disclosure. Well, Keith, like the savvy investor he is, along with his team of mining experts, constructed a watch list of the best gold projects they'd love to get their hands on. That is, they did this back during their previous opportunity or the latest precious metals bear market. We're in a bull market right now. So some time ago, they took that opportunity and that opportunity did knock. So Keith and his team decided to make some key acquisitions, to do some investing of their own in gold mines, and then later consolidate that watch list of gold projects into one new company at liquidation-like prices. So these guys were bargain hunting here, and they found some bargains. Now, this did result in the formation of First Mining Gold. The result was a company that had acquired a number of world-class gold projects across the country of Canada. So let's talk about First Mining Gold's operations. That's important to know when considering an investment here. One of the company's Tier 1 assets is the Goliath Golden Gold Complex, which is being developed by a partner on this project. And that company that they partner with is known as Treasury Metals. That is also a tradable company here. Their stock ticker is TMRSF. Once more, Treasury Metals, stock ticker Tango Mike Romeo Sierra Foxtrot. Now, First Mining received millions of shares of Treasury Metals stock, in addition to millions more in warrants of Treasury Metals for First Mining shareholders when they sold the Golden project later to Treasury Metals. So please do conduct your own due diligence on First Mining Gold. This is a stock that is currently trading below $1. And when you do, also keep the following in mind. First, Mining Gold is one of the cheapest gold developers in the market, as you can see here on this graphic. Now, First Mining's valuation is discounted by 80% when you compare them to the average gold developer, and by as much as 84% in comparison with advanced gold developers today. First Mining shares would need to see a 400% rally in its share price just to be average, which leads me to the question, how First Mining gets there. How do they get there? How would they get to that 400% rally? Well, first, let's finish looking at this chart here, and you can see that you've got a very good value opportunity here with plenty of growth potential. So let's get to that growth potential now and to the Springpole project, or one of the largest gold development projects in the world. Currently, Springpole holds a net present value of US $995 million. So we're talking 5 million short of $1 billion here. Pocket change for someone like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. Now compare that to First Mining's market cap. Now this is the entire company here of US $216 million. That's a pretty stark difference. So, how does Springpole tie into this whole thing? Springpole is an increasingly rare gold development asset capable of producing 300,000 ounces per year. That's incredible. And as you can see, recent mergers and acquisitions in the Canadian gold sector have been completed at anywhere between 0.6 times to 0.9 times their net asset value. Or to put that in other terms, that's a major discount here, folks. Now, the way that I like to look at this is by comparing these mergers and acquisitions and their net asset value to selling a complete car or truck, as is, right? Just a complete car or truck, all parts attached, as compared to parting that car or truck out and selling each of its individual parts. Now, when we're talking about net asset value, we're talking about those parts. To further elaborate on that point, a car sold on the dealership lot today could sell for, let's just say, $5,000. But if someone were to actually sell each of the car's parts to the point that nothing of the original car existed anymore, the income from that activity would likely greatly exceed $5,000, and that is the net asset value that we're talking about. Now, because mining is so expensive, time consuming, of course, takes a lot of time from the very first find until gold and silver mineral material come out of the ground. And a lot can happen in the gold and silver market from time. That is the time, gold and silver is discovered until construction begins, and then much more time until all the permits are acquired, and on and on and on until they actually start mining the minerals thereafter, until that time is sent off to that mineral itself is actually sent off to the refiner. Up to 9 years, I think, is the average in the industry. So if we are very conservative and assume that First Mining Gold receives its environmental assessment here soon and advances the Springpole project to the point of having it mining ready here soon, with the net present value being USD once more $995 million today in 2021, the 0.6 net asset value calculation values it at USD $600 million, which is still 200% higher than First Mining's share price today. So once again, a deep discount for shareholders with this one. Springpole is such a big and unique project that it could be the company's only asset and still potentially bring its valuation to far higher levels. Once more, 300,000 ounce per year potential. That's incredible. Think about that. Think of current spot price for gold. All right. We're sitting in the $1,800 range today as I film this video, and then multiply that by $300,000. Now, obviously, there's going to be operation costs attached to that, but we are operating in a very favorable economic environment of Canada. Canada's one of those great countries. It's actually, Canadians love their miners. It's important to them. It's very important to them because Canada is such a vast geographic area. When you think about it, as compared to its relatively small population, considering the square footage of the country, a beautiful country with so many great resources. So they love their miners up there. The company's additional gold properties also include Pickle Crow, Cameron, and Hope Brook, and the company also holds that very large equity position that we've touched on in Treasury Metals. And we're going to touch on that again here in a second because some important news recently broke about that. So speaking of Treasury Metal, let's end this video with a recent news release on those shares and warrants, but I am definitely interested in learning more about the Springpole project and following that, especially as they get closer to full-time production. 300,000 ounces per year in Canada, not bad. So this July 15th, First Mining Gold Corp announced that it had filed an early warning report with respect to Treasury Metals in connection with First Mining's ownership of common shares of Treasury Metals and common share purchase warrants of Treasury Metals. All right, so this release is quite long, so I'm going to do my best here to summarize the key points for you. You can do a Google search. You can go to First Mining Corp's website. I'll have all that information in the video description section to make it easy for you. So pursuant to a share purchase agreement dated on June 3rd, 2020, among Treasury Metals and First Mining, Treasury Metals acquired all of the issued and outstanding shares of Tamaka Gold Corporation, a wholly owned subsidiary of First Mining at the time, and the indirect owner of the Lund Gold project from First Mining. They did so in exchange for, among other things, 130 TML shares and 35 million warrants. Okay, we've talked about that. That's quite a bit of the company there as part of this deal. Now, as a result of a 3-to-1 share consolidation, which was undertaken by Treasury Metals and which became effective on August 11th of 2020, the number of TML shares held by First Mining, as well as outstanding, immediately after the consolidation was reduced. Now, First Mining's shares were reduced to 43.3 million TML shares. Of course, the valuation remained the same, just the number of shares was reduced. And the number of TML warrants held by First Mining was also reduced to 11.6 million TML warrants. In connection with the transaction, First Mining agreed to use commercially reasonable efforts to distribute to First Mining's shareholders within 12 months of the closing of this transaction a portion of the TML shares and all of the TML warrants received by First Mining under the transaction dated July 15th, 2021. Now, First Mining distributed 23.3 million TML shares, as well as 11.66 million TML warrants to First Mining shareholders of record as of the 14th of July, 2021, on a pro rata basis by way of reduction in the capital of the common shares of First Mining. Each TML warrant is exercisable on a cashless basis only for one TML share at an exercise price of $1.50 per TML share, and each TML warrant has an expiry date of August 7th, 2023, so you can redeem those warrants for shares when that company reaches $1.50 in valuation, or August 7th, 2023. So there is a timeline involved with that. As a result of the distribution, First Mining's ownership interest in Treasury Metals decreased to one share less than 20 million. I think the actual shares that First Mining holds now is something like 19,999,999, representing approximately 15.36% of the outstanding TML shares on a non-diluted basis. Based on the number of TML shares issued and outstanding immediately following the completion of the distribution, First Mining does not hold any additional TML warrants following this distribution. So just shares now, all the warrants have been distributed to shareholders. First Mining believes that the distribution will provide a number of benefits to its shareholders, including allowing its shareholders to directly benefit from the value-enhancing transaction by returning value to such shareholders through the distribution of them of TML shares and, of course, those warrants, and providing its shareholders with the opportunity here to participate in the future success of the Golden Project by becoming direct shareholders, that is, of Treasury Metals. So, of course, if the success of the Golden Project continues, then the value of those TML shares will allow those holding TML warrants to actually exercise those warrants and turn those into shares, which they can sell. And they didn't really pay anything for it, becoming shareholders of First Mining. So there you go, an undervalued company with great leadership and a proven leader at the helm, one I'm proud to be a shareholder of with First Majestic Silver. Keith has already shown a commitment to increasing shareholder value here, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, please do your own due diligence before investing. And thank you once more for tuning in today and supporting my content and channel, these promotions, these awareness videos. They do so much for this channel. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you for your view. We'll see you soon with more precious metals focused content. And as always, have a great day, my friends. Keep stacking.